Well, today marks a pivotal moment for a city in Alberta as it tries to push ahead with a ban on conversion therapy. It's often an abusive practice that purports to turn gay people straight. Michael Serapio is here with all those details. So, Michael, this is a pretty significant vote.
Significant because if St. Albert actually adopts this ban on conversion therapy, it would be the first municipality to do so in Alberta. In fact, it would be doing so ahead of the province. Now, this is really where it begins with the province, because back in the days of Rachel Notley, when she was premier with her NDP government, she did strike up this working group that was supposed to study the possibility of banning the practice province-wide. But with Notley and the NDP defeated in the April election, that working group's mandate collapsed, which is why this initiative is now coming up in St. Albert. And a bit of background here to build on what was said. When it comes to conversion therapy, that is a practice grounded in the belief that a person's sexual orientation or gender identity can be changed. It's a practice that's been rejected by many medical and mental health organizations. In fact, the vast majority of mental health professionals say that conversion therapy is harmful and abusive, but there is no ban on the practice province-wide in Alberta, which is why a local councillor is taking up the cause. Take a listen to Natalie Joy.
I want to tell all kids in our community that there are so many safe places here, that there are so many people that have their backs, and to really tell them that they're part of, all the kids are part of our community, and we don't want them to change who they are, to fit in with whatever story people are telling them.
Interestingly here, Ottawa was petitioned to put a national ban on conversion therapy, but earlier this year, the Trudeau government, while saying they condemn the practice, say really it is not their mandate, but because provincial authorities are in charge of healthcare, it goes to the provinces and territories. And when it comes to the provinces and territories, both Ontario and Nova Scotia have banned conversion therapy for minors. They also say that public money would never be used to fund any type of program like this. PEI has adopted a non-binding, non-legal resolution that bans conversion therapy. And the City of Vancouver, last year, they unanimously, the City Council there, voted to ban businesses that purport to have conversion therapy from ever opening up in Vancouver. So a lot of movement across the country on this issue, but not yet in Alberta, which is why St. Albert is very significant, Hannah.
Yeah, and Michael, what points are up for debate in this motion today?
Well, as it stands right now, take a look at what will be debated by City Council in St. Albert. Now, first and foremost, if this is adopted, conversion therapy would be made illegal. And to enforce that, they would go through the business licenses bylaws to make sure that businesses complied with that ban. As well, there would be, in the current version, a $10,000 fine applied to anybody that violates the ban if it is passed. Now, that said, a report was prepared by city staff. They are telling councillors that they don't support a ban. They're worried that it sends the message that St. Albert is closed for business, which is why many people in St. Albert, Alberta, Canada, and certainly people around the world are going to be watching this debate, Hannah.
Thanks, Michael.
You're welcome.